along to today's video. We have a 2025 F-150 Tremor. Is the Raptor in trouble? Let's find out. I would like to give a special shout out to Joe Mockins Capital City Ford for allowing me time with this vehicle. Please reach out to Mike for all your vehicle needs. Powering this F-150 Tremor is the 5-liter V8 producing 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. There's another option you can get in the F-150, which is the 3.5-liter V6 twin-turbo EcoBoost that produces the same amount of horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. Starting in the front of this Tremor, we do get the black Ford logo and this gold accents all the way across here, which the Tremor is kind of known for. Split headlight design. These are LED, so it comes with the color matched bumper. The 402A equipment group will actually have a modular bumper with a spot for a winch, but you still get your recovery hooks and your metal skid plate. Moving up to the hood, we do have this vent on both sides here, which does help release some heat from the engine. We do have 275/70 R18 all-terrain tires on the Tremor, so 33-inch tires, as well as the off-road tuned suspension. You can see there that does have the Tremor badging on it as well. Here's your F-150 Tremor badging. You'll see the orange or gold accent colors throughout the exterior here. Mirrors, they are plastic, they're not color matched. This is your turn signal. Here's your camera. You do have the blind spot monitoring on this as well. Going to the door handles, they are color matched. You do have the keyless entry. There's your lock button there. They do have the Raptor style side steps included. The Ford logo, these are steel. Here's your gas cap, capless entry. Do have the Tremor badging here. Incandescent bulbs in your taillights that wrap around to the orange Tremor logo. Ford logo in the back here as well. And we do have our trailer hookups back here. Hitch, black recovery hooks, black dual exhaust. Opening the tailgate. This is powered and does include the step and the handle. So that's a pretty cool feature. And this does have the bed utility package, so you do have the workspace on the back here. There's a couple rulers and a flat surface that you can use. There's your power. Ford is known for 2 outlets. This one does also have the lighting and stuff. You have 4 of these hookups here that you can strap things to, and then you have 1 hook down here, basically 1 in each corner. The Ford logo at the top. Taking a look at the sticker here. This is the Tremor package with the 5-liter V8 through a 10-speed automatic transmission. The agate black metallic is the color on the exterior. This one does come with the 401A Tremor equipment group. It does not have the 402A equipment group, which adds another $12,000 to the price of this vehicle. However, you do get the 2-speed transfer case with the 4-wheel drive auto, the torsion front end, which is kind of a big deal, and you also get the upgraded leather interior with the 402A package, and some beefier skid plates that are a little wider and a little thicker in the front. This one also has the mobile office package for $555. As I mentioned, the bed utility package for $1350, and this also has the bed liner for $595. Total MSRP after options and destination, $69,310. However, at Joe Mockins right now, you can get this vehicle for $62,500, which, in my opinion, is a bargain. Now, let's take a look at the interior. There's your door fully open. You can kind of see here, it does open pretty wide. We do have this soft touch trim and the cushioned armrest with the orange stitching continued throughout. A ton of storage in the door, spot for 2 cup holders, and this fits my wallet perfectly. Here's your door latch and your options on your door. Coming through here, the orange accents continue. This is a plastic, cheaper material. As I mentioned before, that is upgraded. The interior is upgraded with the 402A package. But as I mentioned, that is another almost $12,000. Looking at options on the left here, we do have the cargo light, your light options. Here's your power mirrors. Your auto start stop is actually on the left here, and then power pedals to adjust those as needed. Moving to the seats, this is a combination. This middle part is cloth, with the bolsters being leather, and you'll see you have your Tremor badging there. Power adjustable, and you actually get Tremor floor mats included. I will mention, I'm going to keep talking about this 402A package. You'll have full leather seats in here. Starting this thing up, here's your sequence. Talk about the steering wheel. Here's your volume controls, cruise control on this side, and here's your options for the menu, as well as your radio controls for going left and right. Standard, your wipers are over here on this lever, and then we'll take a look at this infotainment screen. It is fully digital. Just clicking through here, there's a couple different views. You can change that middle part of this. Here's all your menus. You can look at our gauges. So there's a bunch of information in here. Not as customizable as some of the trucks I've seen, but it's basically all you can do is customize the middle part there, which is nice. Moving over to the 12-inch infotainment screen. Whoop, that's loud. It's very responsive. You have several different options at the bottom. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Moving to the bottom here, I'd say here's probably your biggest change between the 401A and 402A equipment group is this, your 4-wheel drive options. You have 2 high, 4 low, but there is no 4 auto with the 401A equipment group. You still get your rear locker and your drive modes, which we can flip through. You have normal, slippery, off-road, just how you put it in 4-wheel drive, rock crawl, and then if we go back to the left, tow haul, eco, and sport. We'll put it back in normal for now. Moving down to the physical buttons, we have our volume and our tune control knobs. One thing I really like about this F-150 is this camera button. It's very easy to toggle your camera, so you don't have to flip through the screen to find them. And then from there, you can choose all your different options, which we like to see. And we'll go back to the 360. This is the view you'll have when you put it in reverse. And then you can actually zoom in. Here's another way to pick your cameras if you think that's easier. Actually, a couple different cameras. And then you got to hit the minus. So there's a ton of options here. I do like to see the surround view cameras, and Ford does a great job at the layout here. I do like the size of this screen as well. You know, it is horizontal. You can see everything at eye level. Here's your Pro Trailer Assist as well. This does come with. Looking at the passenger side, you have your cigarette lighter there and another outlet, glove box, and then there's another small compartment up here. And there is the passenger side. Now let's move to the middle console. Wireless charging pad here. There's your USB chargers next to the wireless charging. This is pretty deep as well. You fit a lot of stuff in there. Another small compartment. Actually, if you press this button here, your shifter will go down. I always thought that was pretty cool. Then here's your gears. Press it again, it goes back up. So if you have the shifter up, you could use that to store something. This little slot here is great for phones. 2 cup holders. Here's another storage compartment down here. So a lot of storage in this truck. This does have the mobile office package. So if you put this down, flip this over, this becomes a nice little workspace. I'm sure some people will find that very handy. And then the center console flips up. You have a little tray in here for your coins. And then this is massive. And there's a couple USB chargers down there. One of the bigger consoles I've seen, to be honest. So that's awesome. 2 cup holders and a little slot for another phone back there. And here's 6 auxiliary switches, so you can hook up whatever you want to that. Here's your dome light controls, regular rear view mirror. Then I will mention down here, here's all your climate controls. Heated seats. This does not have ventilated seats, which is another option that's included in the 402A equipment group. Let's move to the back. Starting with the back seat, very similar to the front. Has a soft padded door here, orange stitching, soft armrest, lots of storage. 1 cup holder here. Does have a grab handle. You'll need. This sits up kind of high. There's about 9.4 inches of ground clearance on this truck. So nothing crazy, but still plenty capable off-road. So I am 5'11". I have that seat set to my current settings, and holy cow, look at the space you get back here. This is plenty of leg room, plenty of knee room. You do get a pocket. Back here we have 2 vents, another plug, and you actually have, there's your USB chargers and another 120 volt power window. Back here also, there is no center armrest. And then here's your view from the back seat. Payload is 1,526 pounds, and this tows around 10,000 pounds. So now we're gonna hop in and go for a ride in this 2025 Ford F-150 Tremor with the 401A package. Real quick, just some thoughts on this. The 402A package, $12,000. Puts this truck up over $80,000. And as I mentioned, you can get this truck for around $62,000 right now, which seems like a really big difference. I know you are getting the 4-wheel drive auto. You are getting the torsion front end, which helps with off-roading. And then you are getting the upgraded bumper, which is winch compatible. The upgraded interior. I'll let you all decide if it's worth $12,000 to add all those features to this truck, which puts it closer in line with the base Raptor. We're not talking Raptor R, but you can get a base Raptor for probably around 85 to 90,000. If I'm being honest, I almost like the look of this Tremor more. I love the orange accents and just the overall stance of this truck. And that might be an unpopular opinion, but for the money, and even this one has a ton of features, you know, for really around $60,000, which is pretty good. A 5-liter V8. Check how it does over these bumps. A little rough. Not terrible though. It's doable. All right. So fan control. Turn that up a little bit. All right. Check out the acceleration. Oh yeah, man, it's just tough to beat the naturally aspirated V8. Very smooth on the highway. Handling feels really good. Visibility is great. You know, the hood sits down far enough where you have full visibility out the front windshield. So I have not driven the 3.5 liter turbo. It does have a lot more torque. 410 pound-feet of torque versus the 510 in the 3.5 liter. Oh, there goes the glove box. But you're trading that power for the sound of the V8. We all know you can't beat that sound with the turbocharged engine. Yeah, it's very comfortable. These seats are amazing. Super comfortable, a lot more comfortable than the Chevy trucks I've driven. They're a lot softer, a little bit more give to them. Oh, this is a nifty little truck. If I was in the market for a vehicle and you're a fan of the full-size trucks, you'll definitely take a look at this. Drive the V8, drive the turbocharged 3.5 liter, see which one you like. I don't think there's a cost difference between the engines or an upcharge for one or the other. So really you can just take your pick. This V8 is good though. Downshifting a little slow. Steering wheel is comfortable. It's very soft as well. Being leather wrapped. Just mirrors here. Flip it into sport mode once we get up here. Let's see how that changes things. Like I said, I really like the look of the Tremors. Those orange accents, especially on the black trucks, really nice. Tires are quiet. You can hear the engine, as you would expect. Just driving this thing around, it just feels nice. It feels very luxurious. I love the leather wrapped gear selector here. I love the feeling. This is super comfortable. Super cushioned armrest. Listen to the blinkers here. And we'll give it some gas. So one thing that's really standing out to me right now is the comfort of these seats. I can picture myself going in a very long road trip in this truck. Fuel economy's not the best, but the V8, it's not really what you're paying for. Love the sound of that. The brakes. Handles well. This truck feels smaller than it is. I don't know why that is. Check out the turning radius. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's flip it into sport mode and we'll see what change. You can see Eco, flipping it into sport. You can see your gauge colors change. Lets you know what mode you're in. Throttle seems lighter in sport mode here. Oh yeah, this thing is fun to drive. As mentioned earlier, you don't have quite all the features that you could get in this truck, you know, by choosing that 402A equipment group, but most people, I mean, it's about all you need. I do wish you had four-wheel drive auto down here. That would be really nice. Other than that, as a daily driver, this is plenty. Save the money. I think I would save the money and go drive the 3.5 liter EcoBoost and see how that rides compared to this V8. Yeah, really nice. I'm digging the sport mode. So let me know what you all think. This Ford F-150 Tremor. I don't know, I might almost choose this over a Raptor and save the money. Still get a ton of features, still off-road in this thing. I don't know. I'll have to look at this vehicle the next time I'm ready to upgrade, I think. Like I said, let me know which one you would choose. Would you pay the extra money for a Raptor? Pay the extra money for the 402A equipment group? Or would you save your money and stick with a truck similar to this for around $60,000? Tough choice. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.